both teams start in their respective warp gates. We've got the Alpha and the Omega teams color-coded in red and blue respectively. Rules are no construction, no Colossus, and no Bastions. Wow, that is massive. That are crossing the road. My god, this is a slaughterhouse.
It's not enough.
Let's see, that should have fixed it. There we go. Apologies, mic was muted or set to the wrong thing. But today we have Adrenaline BR versus the Syndicus. These are two Emerald TR outfits that are fighting for their lives here today to punch their ticket to the playoffs next week on Emerald Outfit Wars. So these two teams have actually faced each other 2 times already in weeks 1 and 2. Syndicus beating Adrenaline BR both times. Although week 1, Adrenaline BR did score more points. So it'll be interesting to see adjustments. Very rarely do we see 2 teams face each other 3 times in one season. So we should expect a slugfest here today. Now, going over the rules real quick of Outfit Wars. Red team versus blue team. The red team being in the south, the Alpha Warp Gate. Blue team being in the north, the Omega Warp Gate. There are no Bastions or Colossi. All other outfit resources are allowed, and we start on a balanced warp gate map. So you have possession of the 3 bases immediately outside of the warp gate, and the 3 middle bases start out in white as neutral. It's 48 versus 48. We do have a full match here today. There's no constructions, and teams get a 20-minute prep phase, which we're going through right now. The game lasts 45 minutes, and you either win by having a warp gate, meaning capture the Nexus home base adjoined to the warp gate, or you hold the most territory at the end of that 45 minutes. There is a tiebreaker at the end of the qualifying round after this week. for who makes it to the playoffs. That's determined by the number of points that you have throughout the season. Each match, there's 500 points up for grabs. Every 10 seconds, a point is awarded for each territory that you do own. You can see the point total so far this season. Interestingly enough, Adrenaline BR, while they have lost to Syndicus twice this season, they have scored 857 points, which is the most by far of any 1 and 2 team. So they have a great chance to make the playoffs if they do win today, but they will be eliminated if they lose. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer for the different bases on Nexus, and then we'll get started with the Warp Gate preview. Cut the trailer off here a little bit short. We do have about 45 seconds left here. I want to point out some interesting things. Lots of light anvils being dropped at Gorge by Adrenaline, BR. I think these are medium anvils up top here, or maybe more lights. And then SYN did drop 2 heavies down by Granite Head Reactor. There's also another medium, it looks like, up top here. So maybe some Skyguard play happening on the ice sheets. We're going to go over to the SYN Warp Gate, Alpha Warp Gate here. So I guess I had those mixed up a little bit. It's Adrenaline with the heavy anvils, and then SYN seems to have the medium anvils on the ice sheets above Granite Head. But lots of air, a couple harassers, interestingly enough, for SYN. And then quickly, I'm going to go over to Adrenaline BR Warp Gate. And here we have a bit more air, kind of a similar setup. A couple of Prowlers instead of those harassers. So we'll see what we got here. Looks like perhaps a Steel Rain coming through for this Adrenaline squad. We do have 2 full platoons here today. Try and see. No infantry came in for either via Steel Rain. You can see this Adrenaline person. He started shooting his own anvil, but he's going to be able to pull from it. One of them did get destroyed at some point, or maybe it was dropped a little too early. They only had 2 minutes to keep them up. Let's see. SYN gets heavy air presence over Bitter Gorge. Let's see if I can get the Adrenaline BR folks. Their name tags do not seem to want to show up. There's a couple. Yeah, anyone who's not spotted is Adrenaline BR, it seems like. And it looks like Adrenaline is initially winning the air fight, but looks can be quite deceiving as we go in. You know, a lot of aircraft like to hide around these mountains. Taking a look at the map real quick here. Nobody at Airzac Satcom. Some Adrenaline BR are over there already, but no points have been flipped. Bitter Gorge, it seems like SYN has set up Sundays. Looks like a second Sunday's about to deploy soon. They got a healthy amount of maxes. Let me zoom in on that mini map for you guys. I'm counting 6 maxes between A and C point over at Bitter Gorge. Meanwhile, Granite Head, the top 2 points, B and C, are occupied by Adrenaline. A point is flipping. It looks like not much here for Syndicus. And then looks like a logistics push by SYN onto Airzac Satcom Hub, the tech plant that we like to call it. But inside, it's a fast cap for Adrenaline BR. So this is interesting. I like what Adrenaline's doing. They're trying to fast cap a couple of these bases, put the pressure on Syndicus. I'm sure they've learned from past matches on what might work, what might not work. Let's see. So this lone beacon has gone destroyed. That's one person. Adrenaline has been able to get onto C point here. It looks like SYN has moved at least his squad over to Granite Head Reactor to slow down that cap. So it's gonna really come down to, I think, who can capture these 3 middle bases. It's gonna have a huge upper hand here. And it looks like Granite Head Reactor is kind of up for the taking. I mean, you don't see that many folks at this base right now, which is odd. Let's see. Once Sunday goes down uncontested, that's pretty big. They are not here with a minute 20 on the cap. There's a Valkyrie now and a beacon up, so SYN is going to be able to start slowing this down. We'll go ahead and check over at Bitter Gorge. Adrenaline does a good job of coming over from C point and capturing B point. They have 2 beacons up now here. Just cleared out for the time being. And then meanwhile, Airzac Satcom Hub is going uncontested for Adrenaline BR. So we'll check that out in about 20 seconds. Bit of an armor fight here. They found the Cloak Sunday. But it looks like these harassers are going to get to work against that lightning. Just a couple people fighting on B point here. They're content to slow down that cap. Airzac Satcom Hub, we do have some SYN Air over here. They might slow down B point, which they do. So that's going to add a full minute, or almost a minute, to the capture timer here. And while it is 70% pop for Adrenaline BR, it's still low numbers. So we'll watch Tier here. He's going to get to work trying to secure C and A points. See if we can find some SYN soldiers making their way down. There's one. He's going to get pinched at the doorway there. It's 50-50 now, 45-55. It's going to be very hard. I don't like this push into the driveway area. You see one soldier moving on to C right now. That one's much better. This lone engineer. He should be backed up by those other 2 who made the mistake of going through drive-thru. So he's going to get pinched right here by Skull Ops. And it's looking like, unless they can get on a point quickly here, perhaps A point, maybe? No? Man, I don't know about leaving this up to chance here. I mean, this is a close call. I see. Yep, there we go. C point starting to flip. I would have waited a couple seconds. You gotta get a last second cap on that. So that's gonna flip back. A couple people making their way. It's not gonna be enough though. A point's flipping though. They left Tier. There we go. He was able to get it. I don't like the idea of keeping one guy in A. That could have gone south, but Tier's a pretty good player. So, Airzac Satcom does go the way of Adrenaline BR. We're going to go ahead and take a look over here at Granite Head Reactor. This is a slugfest. It's looking like Bitter Gorge as well. So, Adrenaline BR, you know, they have the opportunity to cap all 3, in all honesty. It's going to be tough to get this Bitter Gorge. I think they're going to give that up. They do still have a real beacon here. So yeah, they are going to be able to potentially slow this down. Oh, he does not see it. Rexonax does not see either person, but he doesn't see the beacon either, Shotgun Bot. So he's going to get taken down now. He does see the beacon now. He actually is able to stay alive. Not able to get rid of that beacon though. So he gets wiped out. A Galaxy comes in, drops only 1 person on A point. That starts flashing. And it does go the way of Syndicus. So we are kind of in a stalemate here. It does look like Adrenaline BR has already started a 1-minute back cap on Nexus Secure Substation. Love to see that. It usually comes through Granite Head first, not Airzac Satcom Hub. but they are able to start that. And they do start a back cap on Bitter Gorge, which, you know, that does mean that I believe if Adrenaline can get on other points, they can lock out this cap. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get all three. And it looks like Syndicus is going to be able to capture Granite Head. They redeploy in force here. See about 2.5 squads or so to almost no Adrenaline BR at this base. Looks like they put 2 squads onto Bitter Gorge instead to begin that cap in mass. So 2 bases to 1 for Syndicus. Very good job there. I like what SYN's doing with this lone backhapper, putting major clock onto Erzak Sackham Hub as well. Getting all 3 of these bases could prove very tough for Adrenaline to come out from. We have a max crash of sorts coming towards A point on Bitter Gorge. They are not going to let this go lightly. You see the epic bubble shield coming. These couple infantry are getting pincered by unicorns and flowers over to the left there. So they're going to easily take Bitter Gorge. And something I'm already noticing is a lot of rotation of players from Adrenaline BR. And I'm not sure if it's all too effective, right? They're hopping from base to base with lightning speed, which is great to see. But it kind of lowers their effectiveness of the damage output that they can do on different bases, right? If you're just there for 30 seconds to a minute, there's not a whole lot that you can do, right? So looking here, you see a small fight going on at Erzak Sackham, and then the rest of the pop is mostly split between Bitter Gorge and Granite Head. We can take a look at the air fight right now. You see some Adrenaline Mozzies up in the air. Syndicus Mozzie up in the air. Just one, honestly, is what I see. One gal. 2 Mozzies for Syndicus. I mean, the air for both these teams is very, very thin in terms of what stays up throughout the match, which is always interesting to see. Not many teams do that. Let's see here. One heavy, somehow still alive. Finally, he goes down. A little bit of air to ground coming out. One light, heavy. Medic on the roof there. A little bit of bulldog spam. This is fully cleared out, except for, okay, here we go. So that gal did drop infantry onto C point. That's going to slow down this capture quite a bit. There's one Syndicate soldier hanging out at Slate Canyon Hole, waiting for the back cap, but he just can't go anywhere. Looks like Adrenaline, they decided to opt for keeping Erzak Sackham. Smart decision there, I would say. Slow down the match a little bit, keep at least one of the middle bases, because you really don't stand much of a chance if you lose that one. Very hard to come back. J. Paolo does get taken out. I'd be really focused on actually holding C point, right? You want to get rid of this back cap on Erzak Sackham, which takes about a minute. Now they're going to be able to fast cap and potentially get a back cap on Slate Canyon before you can really respond effectively. You see the air does come out. Love to see that. Maybe some gal drops here from Galaxy. Or is he going to deploy? That's a big question. I think he's just going to air to ground a little bit on A point. He's got very few infantry to support him. Oh, there we go. So they have a Sunday here. I wish stuff. I guess I shouldn't spot that, but I wish I could have seen that beforehand. There's one Max coming up the stairs. I don't know what he's doing. He's got no infantry with him. They can't even flip the point. But they're starting to flip A point. I want to see some Adrenaline punish these people who are spawning on the main spawn. Can't let that happen. But they're going to flip A point for at least a little bit. Looks like it will flip back in favor of Syndicus just a little bit. Air is kicking off here. And it looks like we might see a back cap onto Nexus Secure Substation a minute here. Just a little bit. We'll check out Granite Head Reactor before this fight gets towards the end. So here I see a couple of Syndicus beacons. One of them was real. Heavy fighting going on at C point in this triple stack here. Big C4 comes out on open stairs. One max goes down. Very little support there. Another max comes out. They clear out this building with ease. And let's see, B point here. Nobody on B point. The Adrenaline Soldier decides, I don't want to cap that. That's okay. So they do need to set up a back cap here. Oh, it looks like they did get back cap. That's why. So they are already on the enemy rectangle hydroponics compound. They do have a Sunday set up on the walls. Very smart here. I wonder, can he parkour up here? Yes, he can. Look at them all go. They got another one here at the corner as well. Although it does get spotted. Interesting. And Adrenaline smartly has the door 3 Sunday set up on the road. Very little armor, but a SYN bus does roll through. Question is, he's just gonna move right on out of there. He sees all the infantry around. Oh, maybe not. He's gonna deploy right there. I don't know if I would do that. He's gonna get out. He's gonna kill that person. Okay, very good. But he doesn't finish off the others. Yeah, so that bus is gonna go down. And now the infantry can bunch up. Love the crossfire on doors 2 and 3. Not loving how few infantry there are here. Some people are going to come in through shorts there. Nobody's looking. They're going to start wiping out all the infantry that's on point. What a great counter push on both sides. Door 2, 3, and 4. They still do not see this bus. That's interesting. I think one person spotted it. So maybe they're going to start working on it, or they've communicated to the air, it looks like. Yep. Some beacon play going out. One beacon for Syndicus on the roof here. Looks like they're going to get a door 1 push going throughout. They're going to be able to push in, but those fast stairs are brutal. They should swing around to door 2. Oh, man. Not good. Allison Killer TR is on the case. Doesn't see the zombies, though, but the other folks do. And not a single Adrenaline BR soldier gets killed there. Massive wipe there. The Sunday does go down, so quite efficient play from Adrenaline BR, I must say. And then let's check out Hydroponic Station. This was also resecured by Syndicate, so a bit of counterplay going on. They still don't see the Sunday there. Now undeploys. Let's go check out that Bitter Gorge fight. Bitter Gorge was defended by Syndicates. No surprises there. Seeing how much they had to push onto both Granite Head, Hydroponics Compound, Nexus Secure, all those bases. Kind of stay with who they had. And very smartly, Syndicate's already rotating 2 squads over to Slate Canyon Hold. Let's see. One Sunday, I don't know how that Sunday catapulted. Maybe that was an anvil pull that we just didn't see the beginning of. But a little bit of parkour there for you. See a lot of beacons going out, a lot of airdrops from the Valkyrie. So you're gonna want to see those beacons be destroyed. It definitely seems like Adrenaline has really dominant air currently. SYN is still able to get around the map because there's not much air, period. But you just gotta feel like this match would be a lot easier for Syndicate if they had a bit of air to contest here. I'm not sure who the pilots are on Adrenaline BR, but they seem to have handily won that domain. Big point hold coming out here, a lot of air to ground, not much infantry for Adrenaline at this base. They still have that Sunday set up on the bottom. I mean, this air is just oppressive on this point. They have to hang back all the way back, so it's going to help the infantry quite a bit. I mean, people are, they're dying, right? There's no way around it. See some... Yep, there's a first floor push going on these stairs here. They start wiping folks. It's a big res battle. Zombies coming out with the revive grenades. And I think Adrenaline's gonna have this. Although there's still some revive grenades coming out. Oh, it's pretty low. There's one more medic up. He's gonna throw out a C4 and get it off. No kills though. They're gonna have a little bit of a hold out here. Underneath. Oh, no medics for Adrenaline. There's one medic left. Whew, very close. Very close indeed. And they had to commit a lot of pop. You see that, 69%. It wasn't quite that much. Some of them redeployed out, but quite a bit. I'd like to see any work on Grant Ahead. Yes, that's what I love to see. So I don't love the lack of logistics that I'm seeing from Adrenaline. Here we go, one cloak bust. There we go. Nice work. That seems to be it. But C point is flipped. There's 2 beacons up already for Syndicate, so I love the rotations, especially compared to prior matches. They're definitely, both teams are getting better at getting into the fights faster. So B point and C point will flip for Adrenaline. Let's take a look at the map. Syndicus is working again on Arzak Satcom. I feel like this is kind of a big difference here, is the ability to back cap quite a bit of Arzak with such few numbers for Syndicus. That is such a thorn in Adrenaline's side because it occupies a very important lattice connection to their rectangle base Nexus secured. Syndicus is able to drop. They're trying to get into this powerhouse building. They do have some people on doors 3, doors 2, and doors 1. But they are able to be taken care of. FUTR is able to counter push door 1. Short stairs is taken care of. It's really just this door 3, a couple people on both sides. I've seen a lot of low HP infantry wins by Adrenaline BR, which is making a big difference in these middle base fights. C point does get counter pushed though by a squad of Syndicus. They're backed up into cubbyhole here. They're gonna push up to the 50 doors. Nobody sees Nana's Zoe TR until he takes out 2. A couple more. This Max needs an NG pretty quick here, I feel. He's gonna counter push with the Death Sea and he goes down. Smart push from Syndicus here. Just not enough people. I feel like that beacon on the ice sheet, is that still up? No, it's not. Okay. But they do replace it with another beacon that has not gone down. That's something that the air has to be looking for at all times, is to get rid of those beacons. I don't think that Cloak Sunday should be up still. It still is. Oh my goodness. Nobody's seen it yet. And it does allow for a counter push into C point for Adrenaline BR. It's 40 seconds left. This is a huge play. Nobody's seeing that Sunday is a massive blunder by Syndicus. They have to push. They're pushing from these beacons where they drop on the northern side of the base, or from the main spawn here. See, they're all bunched up on the roof here. They're gonna push through onto the close side. There's one Max. He's gonna do a lot of damage. He can't be taken out though in time because of FUTR once again with the counter pushes. Excellent job. This Max does go down. That's huge because it's going to start with a revive grenade and a counter push onto C. I think they're going to be able to flip this point. Yeah, and the question becomes, do you see a lot of infantry coming from here? Yes, you do. About five people. They're going to see that the Sunday is likely in that direction now, though. Oh, no light assaults to get rid of that one person on the roof there. He's gives up that position though. Everyone's kind of just dancing around each other. Yeah, this one spawn option, now it's spotted. It's going to start getting chip damage all over the place. There's another rocket. There's a C4. Albatross of time. Epic play. Gets rid of the last spawn. This fight is good as over. There's one person back up in that A point to keep the timer going, but it does give opportunity for Syndicus to get a breath of fresh air. A little bit of a back cap on Nexus Secure, as well as Slate Canyon Hold getting fixed currently. Actually, I didn't notice they actually had captured Granite Head a minute ago, so I didn't even notice that. It was actually captured. It was Yeah, it's going the other way. SYN does drive a bus up. So this is what I want to see. You can drive buses. You can fit 4 of them. One in this ice tunnel, one in the other one. One where this cloak Sunday was for adrenaline, and another one between Dubs and door 4 on this powerhouse for a lot of spawns. And then you can put one around the 2 ammo towers as well. There's lots of areas for Sundays on this phase that you see teams utilize quite a bit. But so far, these 2 teams only opting for 1 Sunday each, and it looks like Adrenaline smartly immediately pulls armor. They can expect that spawns would be set up. I figure that they'll check the entire avenue now. But they get rid of the one spawn, although the amount of infantry here is pretty oppressive. 1 minute now on here, and Adrenaline is not doing much else to capture other territory. They are at Nexus Secure, so we'll go ahead and take a quick look at that. But I mean, they fought so hard for Granite Head, and it seems like they're just going to give it away for next to nothing. We have crossed the halfway point of the match here, 5-4 in favor of Adrenaline BR. SYN does have a few more points currently. Syndicus also defends here at Nexus Secure Substation. There is still a Sunday up, freshly brought in, and 1 beacon up for Adrenaline as well. So they're going to start pushing a little bit on door 4, a lot more on door 1. Couple on door 1. I see what happened. They brought 2.5 full squads over to Granite Head. They even got a little bit of a back cap on Bitter Gorge. Love to see that with 1 or 2 people. We're going to watch this push here just because it's few people. It could work. I want to see this Max do some work right now. Oh, get on in there. Only 3 people left for Syndicus. Can they hold? They did good damage on the Max. That's excellent to see. This one heavy, he can't get peeked. 2 people left on this point. They really got to flip this, I feel. The counter push comes out. I mean, that's that. They're really trying to save Granite Head. This air that, here we go. Syndicus does put more pilots in the air. It does kind of take some of that air to ground off of their outfit, that's really good to see, that mid-game adjustment. Not a lot of teams are kind of able to do that. Adrenaline, as expected, they did put a lot of pop here to wipe all the spawns here. There's just one beacon left up top for SYN. It's in a nice spot, though. They're able to drop on this short stair quite well. But they're just waiting down there on the ground for any people to drop in. Smeeky Smake is gonna get killed here. He's trying to get the Desi off in time. Not quite. Almost got into a compilation. Nobody set up for Slate Canyon back cap. There are Syndicus on Arzak Sackham Hub. Love to see that. It'll be interesting to see what does Adrenaline opt for. I would think with the air control, maybe you go for Bitter Gorge, but it depends on how you trust your logistics scheme, right? Because if you have to go back to Arzak, that's a bit of a jump. And Syndicus has proven that they can cap things quickly and with not many people. This guy's getting chased down. That is the last person. They still have that beacon up. Still up. You can't let that stay. Adrenaline BR air. What is going on? Get rid of this beacon. Palazzo 28. What's going on here? You're looking at it. No, okay. I mean, a squad can come back here and back cap this like it's nothing. So Syndicus is going to start backcapping everything here on Arzak Sackham Hub. Big crunch here on the drive-thru though. Tier is just all over this match right now. I'm going to do a quick check on the top kills in the match. Bear with me one moment. Because I do feel like SYN must be, 666 kills for SYN, 889. And we do have, okay, so Tier is not at the top, but we have some pretty heavy hitters JP Ustoso 68 and Cheng look alike with 40 for SYN. So SYN does not have that many. Or actually, let's see. This is the wrong. Why does it say hour? Oh, there we go. Let me reload that real quick. No, not that one. Give me 1 second, I'll fix this. And I'll keep looking at the map. Nothing going on in Arzak. Bit of a fight between the roof and the middle points. There we go, that's the one we want. And then let's put it on the overlay. Nice. And yeah, so tier at 38. Same kills for everyone. Perfect. Adrenaline doing a great job holding A and C point here. SYN's desperately trying to get through. I would have loved to see a Sunday out here by the back to push the bottom floor. Looks like we do get a few Syndicate soldiers. One on C point, only one. So I can only imagine this guy might be able to join. Yeah, a few are able, a smattering are able to get underneath. About 6 soldiers. They are going to get counter pushed on the grinder stairs. For the time being, 2 of them are coming out. They're not really looking at them. Oh, good trade there by Skull Ops. Some medic play going out for both. And good trades as well. 2 more. Ooh, okay, okay. This C point battle is quite something. Even more so, look at Adrenaline BR. So they're getting big back cap on Nexus Secure with very few people. Even bigger back cap on Bitter Gorge. That's huge. While Syndicus tries to get the enemy rectangle Slate Canyon hold. Yeah, all 3 points here. My goodness, I would be hammering this if I'm Adrenaline. I mean, this is a golden opportunity. 28 seconds. SYN does have people to delay this, though. You can see Ariel's about to get blasted in the back here. Oh, he's not. He's just totally ignored. How long will Ariel take to notice that his B point is going? Oh, he does notice, finally. So that is going to go B point again. My goodness, Syndicus totally ignored this entire base, and finally they're punishing them for using the main spawn room. They are able to flip A point, but it's not going to be enough. Bitter Gorge goes the way of Adrenaline BR. My goodness, and now they have a 6-3 advantage. That's huge. Huge advantage. Although, Slate Canyon hold, if that can be held by Syndicus, which I think they're going to try and do, it's going to be a huge thorn in their side. The air, though, as we know, it's going to be oppressive. So you already see 4 Mozzies looking in these doors. That's huge. They're going to time their push with the volleys of Hellfire rocket pods. They're going to push that door too. Once they've backed up already to the stairs to avoid the air. Some good picks, though, by Syndicus on the top stairs. C4 does go out. Medic's trying to keep people alive. Here we go. Nice little angle there. Oh, maybe perhaps a little bit of friendly fire kills those guys. I don't know. Oh man, it's just a little more infantry would make all the difference here. Door 1 push down here. It's not going to be enough. There's only 2 people. They have set up some nice crossfire. I think they're just going to try and hold it. I believe there's an Adrenaline Sunday under here. No, there's not. There certainly should be, that's for sure. They do have a beacon though. This door 1 push is coming up. I don't like that. They should have. They had leverage on the top with the air. Here we go. We see one guy come up. Oh, but Shotgun Bot is there. to secure the kill. There's a big revive grenade going out. Kills the medic that was going to kill all the zombies. That's going to be a huge push. Here we go. Ooh, it's close. It's very close. They're not looking at the peak. One guy is flipping. Another guy comes in. Palazzo, that's a huge counter push. Wipes him on the stairs with the help of the folks at the top. That's a last 30-second hold right there. And there's no true beacons alive for Syndicus. That's a big time hold here. I expect all 3 points. Yep, big back cap on Bitter Gorge. I like to see that. If you're not going to get Slate Canyon, at least start the caps on Bitter Gorge and Arzak Satcom Hub. And it looks like Nexus Secure, they've had to invest a ton into that. 10 seconds left, but I think they should be able to push through here. It's going to be very close. 5 seconds left. Oh, this is too late. It's too late. Door 1, push. Adrenaline VR gets it. Tell me they're on Nexus Alpha. And we're getting 11 minutes left in the match. I mean, 7-2 advantage. Nobody for the back cap. I think Syndicus has no other option right now except secure Bitter Gorge right away. And that's going to be tough because, I mean, if you can hold Bitter Gorge with not much air, but recapturing it without having the air dominance, that's a tough order, right? Point total is set 252 for SYN, 248 for Adrenaline BR. That was not unexpected. It was always expected to be a close match here, I think. So look at this, Immortal Swaggy as the Stalker Infiltrator, just waiting for them to stop. He's spotting them. Not a good idea. He might get found out. Yep, he does. Never spot. And look at that clutch play. And that's gonna delay the cap quite a bit. Let's go back to that later on. The Infiltrator spotting people, giving away his position to the heavy, causes B point to be flipped by Adrenaline BR for a much longer time. Look, they're all stuck on C point. They have to run all the way back to try and capture this faster. It's going to put a good 40 seconds on the clock, which could be enough to maintain at least a 5-4 advantage. I see a big fight going on at Nexus Secure Substation. I expect this should kick off relatively soon. Nobody's dropped on B point yet, which is just wild to me. I'd be trying to end that fight as soon as possible. So 7-2, Syndicus, in order to win here, they do need to capture 3 bases. Nobody's going to be capturing the Nexus home base. Relatively sure of that here. You know, I'd probably commit minimal forces here to keep a lot of pop. If I was Adrenaline, I'd want to keep at least 2 squads of Syndicus at this base while we shore up all the others, and that would help me make sure that I can have the win, giving my air the confidence that I have in them. What's not going to be good is giving this up. It looks like they're actually committing to saving this, and they do. I mean, that's a ballsy call, but they do it. They're not holding on lower lobby. They're holding on fat and short stairs here, and that's going to prove costly for Syndicus. Right? They're not able to get the job done in the 50 to 50 pop. 56% pop for Syndicus. They're not able to get it done. And they lose Bitter Gorge as well as a result, right? Adrenaline does not need to commit too much to Nexus Secure Substation, and as a result, they can put a little more onto the under 20-second cap on Bitter Gorge to save that base as well. That is a huge play. I mean, this is truly an outfit that's fighting for their spot in the playoffs, and I think they've done enough potentially to secure most likely a 7 or 8 seed. So grenades are going out. They're going to make a counter push. I like to see Syndicus get at least one base, get one good push going, because I feel like they've lost so many close fights. It's got to be really frustrating. Look at that. Nice point hold here now for 2 minutes, 58 seconds. They do technically have enough time to still capture, you know, all of the middle bases actually, even after Nexus Secure goes through. But obviously it's going to be a very tall order. They should be starting to think about some sort of logistics on which bases they think that they can get the best. I would assume Granite Head would be a good one to start with, and then, you know, Bitter Gorge is already half cap, so maybe you have to focus there. You can see they're using this Sunday quite a bit. They got a beacon up as well. That beacon is destroyed. Both these ones are also destroyed. Those counter beacons are huge. You don't want to just be coming from the spawn room on this base, but yeah, I think they're gonna see this. They have a lot of dead pop that's probably deploying elsewhere for Adrenaline. I think that's smart. Just ensure that you know, you have a full 2-minute back cap on Granite Head as well as Arizak, so you might as well just ensure Bitter Gorge gets defended, which they're doing. And they even have some Sunday set up in defense, which is great to see. And I think that is going to secure the win for Adrenaline BR. Their first win against Syndicus. I mean, it would be tough to lose out of 4 qualifying weeks 3 times in a row to one outfit. My goodness, especially one so evenly matched to yourself. That would really that wouldn't feel too good. I think both these teams are you know, quite, I don't know about well-rounded, because now we're seeing some air come out, but armor-wise, I think it's well-rounded infantry-wise, really, and how they rotate around the map. But I feel like the Adrenaline BR folks, they came to play today, and you can see it on the kills, 1,300 to a little over 1,000 for SYN, so 1.3 differential there. Definitely we saw that be the difference in a lot of these different bases. We'll go back to Nexus Secure Substation, see if Syndicus does in fact capture that base, and if they can push any of the other middle bases. Another Doves push. They don't have many people actually holding on the point here, so you're gonna see 1 max. Low health though. Desi does miss. He just goes down though. I don't like that push. I like the positioning, but I don't like that there's no friendlies nearby, no NG. These guys are just too low HP to really make a difference. One guy's gonna try and push door 1. That's incorrect. So many teams pushing that door 1 door. It's fool's gold, folks. Fool's gold pushing in there most of the time. Here we go. They do get by unscathed. They're able to push in, and they just wipe them right away. But it only comes after the capture. So I don't like that Syndicus did not secure this, because now they got pop, at least at Arizak, that can't capture, and they're just gonna tie them up here now. So it limits the ability for Syndicus to even contest winning this match now. Oh, seems like I am stuck. Might be stuck here for the rest of the match, my goodness. Let's see. Nope. I'll have to get out of the match real quick. There we go. And then we'll hop back in. Here we are. Yep, and that's gonna do it. Nexus secure, no access to Arizak anymore, or Granite Head Reactor. Those are ghost towns. Bitter Gorge is probably where all the fighting's going on. 2 points flipping, 1 for Adrenaline and 1 for Syndicus. But it looks like it's gonna stay 6-3 for Adrenaline BR. Congratulations to them. They're gonna move to 2-2. We can see that Recursion and beat 2RAF by, it looks like, a hefty sum. They were around 970 points. So it looks like they beat them around 330. So that's I would say a relatively good showing for 2RAF to score that many points, around 170 it looks like. And then the other match has been 0 Hour versus Ultra, which is ongoing.
Victory has not eluded us.
Big fight going on at Nexus Secure Substation here. Looks like Adrenaline BR. They want their 7-2 advantage back. They're saying this fight's not over. We're going all out here. Zulfer himself, Force Commander for Syndicus, coming on the point all by himself. Blasted. Yeah, unfortunately, just some trickles. Here we go. A little bit of a door 3 push. Some good pushing by Luvund. He's using the pillar quite well. Only a few more to clear out. Oh, not enough firepower though there to get rid of those 3. There's just a pocket of adrenaline that are coming, rotating in through door 3. Very good to see. Some good counterplay there. These beacons are still up. Cloak bus as well. I think that's for adrenaline. And yeah, I think this is gonna go the way of adrenaline before this match is over. They're even back camping Archer Pass. My goodness. You know, it's a shame. I would really like to see either of these two teams go up against some of the like, I don't know, mid-tier playoff teams. I don't think they will be able to. I think they'll probably be matched up with one or both, with Recursion or Gobs or a team like that. It'd be fun to see, you know, an Adrenaline versus an Ultra or 2RAF or Go Tier, one of those types. Because these guys have just played each other over and over and over again. Adrenaline does get that base. Doesn't really matter in the end. It's still a win for them with 248 points. I'm just amazed that they scored 857 with 2 losses in 3 weeks. That's hard to do. But they did score, I think, like 260 something in a loss week 1, and a good amount last week. There we go. Congratulations. We're gonna have some interviews here in a little bit. Go to the post match real quick. We'll give the leaders from each outfit some time to hop into the Discord. I'm interested, so let's take a quick look at the hour match, because I think they started a half hour later. Yes, it's an hour 7-2 advantage right now. You can see already 1 minute 33 left, so it's looking like this will be a rout for hour. Over 400 points is what I'm seeing here. So Ultra, I'm not sure if they do have 50-50 pop, so not a very good showing by Ultra here today. Be interested to see what the kill differential looks like. Anyways, gonna hop out of this one. We're gonna go into the Sanctuary real quick. Hey Zulfer, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I mean, that
No,
was
I'm
that was a fun match to watch. I mean, I don't know about you, but I expected an absolute slugfest, and that seems to be exactly what we got. I know it's not the result that you probably wanted, but It looked like a lot of fun for both teams. But it's going to be interesting to see how the playoffs shake out, right? I mean, both you guys are what 2-2 now. You
Well,
faced
look,
off.
they have more points than us, so they're going to take the 7th seed. It's whether 0 Hour or UTRA get more points than us. The game has just ended.
Gotcha.
And
so Utra has.
yeah, it looks
like it's.
looks like we.
I think you're gonna sneak into that A spot, to be honest, because Utra.
It depends what happens with UJO and GoTR. Because the game's just finished with 0 Hour with UTRA. I don't think we're going to sneak in.
Yeah, I think GoTier would have to score 120 or more to make it into that 8th seed over you guys. I don't know. I think GoTier is very well rounded, so they certainly could score more than 120. I think Ujo is also a very strong team.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit disappointed. We should have played much better than that.
Yeah, I think Adrenaline fought for their lives tonight. It seemed pretty evident. I think a lot of those captures were so razor thin. I mean, I think the differential was like 1.3 kills for Adrenaline to 1 for you all, and it was very close on a lot of those fights. And I think that was kind of the difference that I saw, at least.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Yeah, there's not really too much to say. They outplayed us in combined arms, and that's kind of how it went.
Yeah, I think you guys were generally better in the logistics game, given how the air was playing out, right? I think you guys felt the air, especially on those like Slate Canyon hold bases, just unable to get a hold that could stick for the full 4 minutes. And then also on Bitter Gorge, right? I saw Bitter Gorge go. I think the big pivotal moment in the match that really put it away was their ability to get Bitter Gorge for so little after you guys were getting massive backcaps on bases for very little cost infantry-wise. They did the same to you on Bitter Gorge, and I've always found that if you're not winning the air, you can keep Bitter Gorge, right? But if you lose Bitter Gorge, it's never coming back to you unless you have air control.
Yeah, I mean, our squads couldn't quite pull it off, so... Yeah, it is what it is. Our fate's in someone else's hands. I'm not hopeful that I don't think Goda's gonna do worse than 120 points against UJO. We could be surprised, but
yeah. I was saying towards the end of the match, it's a shame that we don't get to see you or Adrenaline BR play against teams like 2RAF, Godier, that sort of mid-tier.
We played 2RAF last week, but yes. I wasn't there.
Yes, I remember you played 2RAF last week. I think Adrenaline, I forget who they played. It might have been, I think it was
Adrenaline played
Watch.
NW.
Yeah, Northern Watch. They were able to score a lot of points there, but yeah, like Go-Tier, 2RAF, Utra as well. Like those good mid-tier outfits that kind of really played good matches. I feel like you guys having to play each other 3 times, like didn't get to experience enough of the.
No, it's just how these things go. And again, we're at the fate of another team, which is just. I'm planning on that. We're not going to have a game next week, but we'll find out after tomorrow.
Gotcha. Let's see. I know we had one lead from Adrenaline who was supposed to join us. But
if it's all good, I'm going to take off. I do have some things that I've got to leave to go on holiday shortly. So,
yep, sounds good.
Actually, I just want to say GG to who joined for AD?
Sketchy.
How's it going,
Sketchy.
Man? How you doing?
Yeah, GG's. I've got to take off, but thank you for the game. You guys outplayed us, and you deserve the victory.
Oh no, you guys are awesome. Good game.
Yeah, you guys will take the slot above us, so we're rooting for you.
To get next.
Yeah, we're rooting for you. So yeah, GG's. Thanks for the game. And thanks Apollo for casting.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Have a good one.
Hey Apollo, how's it going?
Hello. Congratulations on the win.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. It was hard, We tried to come up with a team, so we had a lot of, some people didn't show up, and just trying to come up with which like today we had like 2 short, we're short 2 people today, So it was just, I'm just glad we was able to do it.
Well, it was an amazing match to watch. I mean, coming into the match, it was the third time you guys were facing Syndicus. It was a must-win scenario,
right?
right? It didn't really matter how many points you had, right? I think the seeding was probably going to be the same for, at least in your case, right? SYN had the opportunity to jump around a little bit, but it was really just who was going to win it. And you guys, time and time again, so many bases came down to very few people.
Oh
And
man,
you guys just
my hands were
had
sweaty.
the trades. Yeah. It was, I think, 1.3, 30% more kills for Adrenaline BR, which is, I'm not sure what the other matches looked like, but I think they were pretty razor thin as well. But the air was
I'm not
dominant.
sure either.
The air along that northern lattice line was huge to stop caps from going through for them. Really like the rotations, the holds on different doors of the square buildings, the hydroponics.
We learned from the other games. With the mistakes we made. We just didn't have quickness. Get there at the base. If the base is getting captured, come back. Have support. So we actually, like I saying, we learned from that, and then say, hopefully it worked this time, and apparently it did. So.
Yeah, so I guess my question to you was, Syndicus, they were able to get two of the middle bases at the start, right? It took a while because you guys were kind of playing tit for tat around Bitter Gorge and Granite Head Reactor area, but I assume nobody was really too worried when that happened. It was more, you've been through this before, just grind it out and move quickly, I guess, was what you learned from last
Exactly.
matches.
Like we didn't know, what their plans are, so we just kind of guessing what they're doing. So, for example, we try to catch the middle, and then and Sutcom, I think it was like the tech plant, trying to keep those two bases there. But it was like saying it was one of those things. You kind of kept looking at the map, and then whatever they needed us, we sent back up, or it was just, what I mean. It's like it's like a chess. You kind of have to make moves, see where your opponent is going, and then go from there.
Yeah, I think one of the big turning points was so often they were able to put a couple people onto, say, Airzac Sachem Hub or Granite Head Reactor, and they got the timer down way far down, which I thought, maybe that's something you guys can take away from this match, would be to maybe leave a couple people at those critical bases that they can build up a lot of timer on really fast on you. It gives you more options quicker throughout the match. But then you guys did it to them on Bitter Gorge, and you had the air presence to actually finish that cap, right? You were able to stop all the other caps, and it just slowed down the match. But once you guys got Bitter Gorge, and I remember one moment, there was a cloaker on the Syndicus side who was spotting some of your guys, and they found him because he was spotting people, and it just ended up totally throwing off their defense. Or that was their recapture attempt. But expand more on that.
Yeah, it's like saying we didn't have any air defense last time. It was the last two games.
Gotcha.
I mean, at the beginning we did pretty good in the air, but then we just kind of forgot about it, and then so they didn't. So this time we're trying to focus more on air support because it's very important on this match because you need it.
Yeah, I think that's huge. A lot of times, you see that the infantry is pretty even. You're saying, "Oh, get all the boots on the ground. It's point holding." Right, that's what the live game teaches you. But no, I like that you stuck to your guns. I mean, you had some really good air to ground in the middle and the late of the match. I mean, it was just oppressive, like able to get the angles too, which is important. Not just having the air to ground, but actually using it effectively, and even coordinate the pushes. Right, like push the top door with the air to ground rather than the bottom one on the Slate Canyon hold there. But overall, go ahead.
Like saying we learned from it, what I mean? And I'm pretty sure we're going to probably watch the videos and see what we could do better next time, see what happens from there.
Awesome. Well, excited to see what you guys do next week and hopefully in future seasons. But
oh man,
GG to you guys.
Thanks for everything.
You're welcome. Yes, and happy
holidays.
Man.
I'll see you around. See you. Take care.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, we're gonna wrap things up here. We have winners tonight, Adrenaline BR, who have punched their ticket in all likelihood to the playoffs. Let's see. I think three teams, 6, 7, and 8 seed, are likely to be 2-2 teams. That might turn into the 5 seed as well. I'd have to check because Syndicus would have been a 3-1 team. They no longer are. So 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, 3-1, 4-0. Recursion is locked into the number 1 seed. So 1, 2, there'll be one of these will be a 3-1 team. These are both 2-1, so one of these will be 3-1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be 3 teams with 3 or 4 teams with 3 or more wins, 4 teams that are 2-2, and I believe 1,100 points should be enough to make it into the playoffs. 0 Hour making it to the playoffs as well. But that's going to do it for me, and we're going to go ahead and sign off. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.